A little sooner than I expected, but here we go. All right. My name is Jody, and I have known Kim, I think it's been 13 plus years. We met in high school, and it wasn't necessarily love at first sight. I won't tell that story, but it took about a little bit longer, and then just through impact at Willow Creek, we started becoming really good friends. And if you know Kim more than a day, you will discover two things about her that are absolutely fantastic. One is that she has one of the best laughs in the whole world. And if you make her laugh hard enough, her nose turns red and she can't see and tears fall down her eyes. One of my favorite things about Kim. And the second thing is that you'll know that she is an incredibly honest person. She won't really take your crap, which was really good for me. I've learned so much from you. I've just so enjoyed walking these 13 years with you. And I quickly started becoming very protective over Kim as I started to love her more and more. And I was not really a fan of a single guy that she ever dated. And since Kim and I had a really good relationship, I was able to tell her that. And so she knew coming to me, okay, I'm dating this guy, and I would basically tell her, like, he's not good enough for you, I don't really like him, and then things would happen, whatever. So David, you are the very first guy that I've ever been like, yes, this is a man of God. This is somebody that I can applaud to and just wholeheartedly celebrate. So I just encourage you to continue to pursue Kim the way you have, because it's been really awesome to watch. Proverbs talks about the man who finds a good and virtuous wife finds a treasure. And you have found a treasure in Kim, that she is the Lord's gift to you because of how much He loves you. He has given you Kim, and that is the best gift that you will ever receive. So it also says that a woman who is virtuous and wonderful, a wonderful wife is like more valuable than rubies. So continue to pursue her and praise her in public and celebrate her like she is more valuable than rubies. And I just am so excited for you guys. Marriage is one of my favorite things in the whole world when it's right and when it's good. And I think one of the best pictures God gives us is as a husband and wife. And I think in Isaiah it talks about as a husband rejoices over his bride, so the Lord rejoices over us. And you guys gave us a picture of that today as Kim walked down the aisle, and just seeing you just light up and rejoice over your bride. And may you continue to be that picture of Christ in the church that, Dave, as you love Kim, may people see how much God loves us the way that you love your wife, because it's such a similar type of love. It's all giving, and it loves unendingly and beautifully and romantically. It's just so perfect. So the picture that you guys get to give the world of the love of God is amazing, and I'm just so excited to see that and to see the influence that you have around you. And Kim, I absolutely adore you, and I feel like you have always invited me to bring the full weight of who I am into our friendship. I love that you can look at me when we're in a deep conversation and be like, what? There's more. I know there's more. Tell me. Even if it's hard or if it's hard for me to share, you always expect me to be who I am. And I feel like you invite that from every single person you meet, is you don't want fake, you want real. And I love that the people on your side of the wedding party is people that you've loved and had friends. The friendships you've had, they've been since some even before high school. When you love deeply. And that has been such an impact in my life. The way you live, the way you value truth has just really challenged me to live more out of what I believe and really figure out what I believe and why. I absolutely adore you, and I'm so honored to stand in this place. And I can't believe this day is here. And I'm so glad that I can, with everybody else in this room, celebrate with my whole heart. So with that, if you would raise your glasses to an amazing marriage for Kim and Dave Miller.
All right, up next we're going to have our best man, Dan.
Alright, hey everyone. For those who don't know, I'm Daniel. I'm David's younger brother. Like that. And so, I've known him for about 20 years, yeah, that's about right. And so, growing up, I've always hated this, and I've always, I would never admit this, and I guess I can do it now because it's your wedding. And I've always kind of looked up to him, and and who wouldn't look up to this guy? Because he's so tall. But seriously, David's always been one of the biggest role models in my life, and I've followed him down various paths that, there's some interesting ones. Like there was the whole ska. I don't know if any of you are familiar with ska, but it's this alternative type of music with horns and whatnot, and everybody's kind of, we're interesting people. Anyways, David did this thing where, I wish I could have this picture with me right now, but he had hair at least past his shoulders, and like, oh man. You have to see the pictures, yeah. But, I have seen him, grow over time, especially now I can look back and say, he's really grown into a man of God that, I think makes him proud and makes us all proud. One of the qualities I admire most about David is that he has a very kind and servant-like heart, and he cares for those who, not very many would care for, and, there's many situations growing up where, David would befriend people that, like, you wouldn't expect him to befriend, and to me, I was just kind of like, okay, that's David, but my friends would always be asking, like, why is your brother hanging out with these people? Like, why is he doing that? And at the time, I was like, well, that's just my brother, he hangs out with everyone, but, you look into the Bible and the gospel, and you see Jesus befriending, not just the high and mighty, but everyone. And, it's something that I really admire, and I wish I could do, and I feel like I'm called to do, but it just comes so easily to him, and that's just something awesome, and he just has been a shining light into everybody's life, and I really appreciate that. And I feel that every guy on this side of the table can say that, if we've ever been through a hard time, or there's some sort of thing that's been weighing us down, David's been there for us. And I just think that's awesome. And I think that Kim's really lucky to have a guy like you. And then Kim, I don't think there's anyone better to be with David than Kim. They balance each other out pretty well. I don't know if all of you know Kim very well, but there's this thing that I've called the look.
It's brilliant.
And she gives this look to anyone if there's something that they say that's kind of crossing the line a little bit, or just kind of, don't do that. So I've kind of rehearsed this. Give me a second.
That's it. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
That took me a while.
Well done.
You all got it now, what'd you pour?
Oh yeah.
I give that a lot.
You need to. But it's funny because, I'm more of a reserved type of person. I think about what I say. David likes to say things on top of his head sometimes and whatnot, And that book helps keep them in line. And, you know, I've noticed, you know, my brother, I've known him, like I said, forever. And it's just, since he's been with Kim, I don't think I've ever seen him happier. And it's interesting seeing how God has been using Kim to sharpen you into a better man of God. And I think that's just awesome. And yeah, and also, I found this quote from David's Facebook wall. And this is just, I just wanted to share, you know, he posted this and I just thought, man, this is really serious and he really loves Kim. I saw this at school, I quote, marriage is expensive, selling my white iPad 32 gigabytes for $500.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and if you know David, that is a huge deal. Anyways, so if you'll join me in raising our glasses, that here's to Kim and David. May they have a long, prosperous marriage. May God continue to bless their relationship so that they may be shining light.